There have been some crazy, hostile, and ugly moments in baseball history. One of the crazier ones was the 7th inning in Game 5 of the Blue Jays-Rangers game in the 2015 ALDS, when Blue Jays fans started to throw trash onto the field in anger after not getting a call their way. It got so bad to the point where a young kid was hit from an object that was hurled from the upper stands, and Blue Jays players even had to wave their arms and plead to their own fans to stop. The really controversial infield fly rule call during the Braves-Cardinals wildcard game in 2012 was wild, when fans started to throw trash onto the field, and after the game ended and the Cardinals won, the Cardinals players didn't even celebrate on the field, but rather all sprinted off into the clubhouse to avoid getting hit with objects from the stands. Well, it looks like this has happened again, not with Blue Jays fans and not with Braves fans, but this time with Yankees fans, with it also being a fact that this is not the first time something like this has taken place in the Bronx. In 2004, Alex Rodriguez decided to slap the baseball out of Red Sox pitcher Bronson Arroyo's hand, causing the ball to get away and for a run to score. The umpires talked it over, overturned the call, called A-Rod out, and the fans lost it, throwing baseballs, beer cans, and trash onto the Yankee Stadium field. It got to the point where Red Sox manager Terry Francona had to get his guys off of the field. Skip ahead to 2021, and Yankees fans decided to do this multiple times. In a game against the Tampa Bay Rays in which the Yankees were trailing 8-2, baseballs started getting thrown onto the field. It was embarrassing. You then have the Alex Verdugo incident. Red Sox outfielder Alex Verdugo had just thrown a ball up into the left field stands to a fan before the start of an inning, and as he turned his back, someone then threw a baseball at him which hit his back. Verdugo was livid. The fan was obviously kicked out and also banned from every major league park for life. Good. Well, turns out these fans haven't learned that throwing stuff onto the field isn't just a wrong thing to do, but it's a horrible look. During the Yankees-Guardians game today, things got really heated between the fans and the players. It got to a point where Guardians outfielder Miles Straw climbed the outfield wall and went face to face with one of the fans in one of the more bizarre things you'll ever see. It was insane. It only got worse. The Yankees ended up walking it off in the 9th inning, and the moment the ball landed in the outfield to end the game, chaos ensued. The fans in the right field bleachers immediately started to throw beer cans and trash onto the field, directed right at the Guardians outfielders. Oscar Mercado started to walk toward the stands and take them all on head first, even catching one of the beer cans thrown at him. He didn't throw anything back into the stands at anybody, but he was livid, with his teammates running to cover him and take him away from the area so he wouldn't get hit. The Yankees players, including Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, then started to run out into the outfield to plead for their own fans to stop and help them realize that this is Yankees Stadium, not a frat house. After the game, this is what some of the Guardians had to say.
Quan is the nicest guy on the planet, and that's my teammate, that's my brother, and some of the things that were said to him just for me wasn't going to fly. You should never prey on someone's, the guy went head first into a hard wall. There's no business for saying the things those guys said to him. I said what I said, and if I were to do it again, I probably would have said the same thing.
One came right out my face and I caught it. It was beer cans. They still had beer inside, so honestly, like I said, you can celebrate, chirp all you want during the game, but don't try to get people hurt. That's not how things work. Quan was a little shaken up and had some cuts in his face. There was a specific Yankee fan in left field that was celebrating Quan getting hurt. It's just acts of violence. You can't say stuff like that, especially when someone gets hurt. So I just let him out. I was like, listen, man, you can chirp all you want, but don't celebrate someone getting hurt. That's classless. That shouldn't be a thing. It's easy for them, standing outside of the field to be able to do and say whatever they want. But we're the ones that are out there busting our butts every day in and day out. And the last thing that we need is people cheering for us to get hurt or people trying to get us hurt by throwing things on the field.
Celebrating a player getting cuts on his face and then throwing stuff onto the field? There's no way around it. This is a horrible look for Yankees fans.